So, me, how I got into the fandom and whatever.
Yeah, present yourself.
Okay. Anyway, I'm Glaze, also known as WoodenToaster. That's my YouTube name. I mainly make, electronic pop music. I also combine, orchestral elements into my music. But yeah, it basically got really popular at one point. So that's why I'm here now. How I got into the fandom, it's a funny one actually. It was sort of like, I watched it ironically with a friend. We saw it around, we saw pictures of it, and we just, God, breaking up here. But yeah, we saw pictures of it on a forum, and then we sort of, we thought, oh, this is silly. What is this? So we went and watched a few episodes, and we both said to each other, lied between our teeth, sort of like, that was awful, it was terrible. And then we sort of joined back together and were like, it's a pretty good show. And then we agreed with each other and just sort of watched the rest of it. So that's basically, how we got into watching the show. How I actually started making, well, not how, but why I started making songs about it. I was already sort of, dabbling with music. But yeah, I asked my friend sort of like, oh, what should I make a song about? And he was just like, so he linked me, a song from it. That's how Pinky's Liar happened. I just took samples from the show, vocal things from the, what song was it? Giggle at the Ghosties. Mm-hmm. And then I just, I used Melodyne to tune the song, her vocals into a different melody. And it was sort of cheating remix, to be honest, because it has no relation to the original song, but that's basically how I remix. I sort of tune it to something else because it's really easy, but it works effectively. That's how that happened. And after that, there was this community sort of driven contest, I'll say. It's not really a contest, it's just for fun. You don't win anything except bragging rights if you really want it. But it's called Toastbeard. What it was is every week people, one person that was organising it, so called Sai, he would put a theme up. He's saying a prompt as such, and you make a song related to whatever that thing is. And Rainbow Factory was made when the prompt was what a rainbow's made of. That's the song prompt. And then I decided to go for the dark option.
You didn't even win.
No, I didn't even win, but that's besides the point. But yeah, loads of people used to enter in those, and it was big fun. We were all part of this little community thing. We all spoke with each other in big groups, and we had a really good time doing that. Competitions and things, and that went on for a few months. I think I'm trying to remember specifically. Beyond the Garden that I made was also made for that competition. The prompt was who is best pony. What else? Nightmare Night. I think that was episode response. If there's episodes going on during the competition, the prompt will just be episode response, which is basically make a song about the episode that was just made. And you have a week for these, so you have it'll be posted, and then you'll have a week to make a song about it, and then it'll and then after that week's over, you'll have a viewing, sort of a group listen, as you come in to an IRC and just someone will say play this song now, and then we'll all listen to it together, comment on that. So it's really close together, tight knit, nothing serious about it. It's just a really good community thing. What else did I make for that? I know I made, a lot of my songs are made for that, but I can't remember specifically. I guess She's a Pony remix kind of counts because General Mumble made his entry for, the competition. What else? Have we got any prompts to talk about? I sort of introduced myself and how I got into the fandom. Music. Anything else I should talk about?
Maybe how did you enter the fandom as a part, not as a creator, as a people?
Well, I said sort of like as a creator, I sort of,
Yes, but not as a creator, as a people. How do you enter? Do you live in the fandom as a people? If you come to meetup, I don't know. How do you live as a brony, if I can say?
I don't really live as a brony, I would say. Like, I never was a big part of the community as such. Like, I wouldn't, search out content or whatever. It's sort of like a tight-knit thing with friends. Sort of like that, the big musician chat that we had. We'd, ponies were a big joke in that. Not joke, I say, not as like, oh, we'll make fun of it.
Yes,
just joke as in like, that's sort of like what brings us all together, how we joke about it and things like that. But yeah, I never really lived as a brony, I would say, but like, I'd get some small horse merch things, but nothing beyond that, to be honest. I'd watch the show. That's about it.
That's fine. Great Q&A. Start the question.
Wait.
So the first question I have is about before the big boom about your music. Before
Mm-hmm.
that, what bring you into the music world at the beginning?
Mm-hmm. One sec. Yeah.
Please don't kill his microphone.
I won't. Okay, so before I did horse music, it was just sort of like, a really small hobby of mine. I had a lot of hobbies, like, specifically when I, about 9 years ago, I tried to art. I sort of got somewhere with that, but then I sort of like, went away from that, and I discovered something, like I used to browse Newgrounds a lot, and I'd find songs on there, and a specific song that I found that I really liked, someone actually posted, what software they used, and at the time I had absolutely no idea how music was made. It was sort of like, I never actually thought about how electronic music was made. Like, I know, like, rock music, they play the guitar and record it, but electronic music, I was just sort of like, I actually have no idea. So, I searched up the program, downloaded it to try it out, and it just sort of like grew from there, because I was like, well, this is kind of fun, I guess, because I followed a tutorial, one that Bass Hunter posted specifically, and basically all the songs I made to begin with just sounded like Bass Hunter, because they kind of do, yeah, but like I take a lot of inspiration from his melodies and things like that when I make my songs. God. Anyway, but yeah, it sort of grew from that. I took inspiration from lots of things. Then later on, I found an artist called Renard, and he makes music under lots of different aliases, and basically each alias is a very specific sort of genre he dabbles in, and I love the idea of like being able to make so many different genres. So I sort of like, inspired by that in a way. I don't specifically make lots of different genres, but I do try and incorporate lots of different elements from different genres into a single song, to keep things interesting to me. And and then I think about 2 years into me making music, I decided to go to college for it, music technology specifically, and started learning a bit more about music theory. I think music theory is a really good thing to learn. It opened up a lot more options to me. Like a lot of people, when they hear music theory, they think like, oh, that's just gonna bound me to, you know, really specific things. But it actually did the opposite for me. It's sort of like, because I was so, you know, focused on what I already knew, I never actually considered other options, and music theory sort of opened that up for me. And I started learning lots of new chords and interesting ways to, you know, structure things. And yeah, I sort of grew from that, and it was sort of during my college days when I actually, you know, found the horse fandom and started getting into that and making music for that. That's about it.
Hey, we have one.
Yeah.
Already there. So I think I will continue with my question. I wonder too, you actually done many music about Poly, you can say before, and after your big boom, if I can say. But during this period, I think every single song you've uploaded have been copied a lot of time, have been remixed a lot of time. How do you feel about the fact that people can, in a certain way, steal your job?
Like, I've never actually, you know, been bothered about people stealing my stuff. Like, you know, they're not, like, there was one issue that is still an issue that annoyed me. It was, Nightmare Night was actually uploaded on iTunes by someone, and people can purchase that, and they all think that, you know, I uploaded it, and they can just download that and think that I'm getting money. I'm not getting anything for it. Someone's making a lot of money from Nightmare Night. And the problem with that is, you know, I tried to put up a copyright notice, but for some reason, I couldn't because I wasn't an American resident. But
It's iTunes for you.
yeah, so that's there, and that's someone's making money from that. But besides that, people remixing my things, I don't have any problem with them sort of selling their remixes if they wanted to. Like, they put the effort into their remix, and if people like their remix, you know, they can purchase that. I didn't really, you know, I don't ask for royalties or anything. You know, I like my content, and they have their content that they created. I'm very lenient in that way. You know, I'm not really tight about that. That's why with most of my songs I'll always put out vocal stems or anything, so people are perfectly free to like take those elements and do whatever they want with it. And I honestly think that's a good way to sort of grow as a musician as well, because when people can take it, they can you know, remix it, and then they people who listen to the remix specifically, they'll probably, you know, look for the original song, and then that'll just bring more to me. But yeah, that's I don't really have a big issue with people stealing songs. Like, again, with people taking it and saying like, oh, I made this, you know, taking my song specifically and just saying I made this. That doesn't bother me either, because like, it's never going to be as popular as the original thing, because it's not going to explode like that, because people, I'm already sort of like popular right now, so people will hear that and they'll think you didn't make that, and they will specifically say that, and then, you know, it just grows from there. So it's, you know, their problem now, so I don't have to deal with that.
They get punished anyway, basically.
Yeah. Like, as a small artist, when I wasn't sort of popular, that would have probably, you know, I would probably been really angry about that. So, no. But no, it doesn't bother me.
Okay. Okay. Anything?
Yes, I have a question. Do you have a special mood to make your music? I don't know.
Mood.
Yes.
It's sort of like mood in the specific, like my mood or mood for the music. Like, is that?
Yes.
Well, my mood, it's sort of like I make music whenever. Like, well, I don't say whenever. I'm actually really, you know, lazy. I make music sometimes But the mood, it's sort of like yeah, there's moods that I won't make music in, like if I'm just not feeling creative or whatever. But usually, a funny thing about it is usually like the happier I am, the darker my songs will become. So it's like this opposite sort of scale thing.
Same with my art.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it for the mood.
Okay, right. I was wondering, just you don't have to answer if you don't want, but on more personal level, we can say, when you receive all this intention, all this fame, if we can say, I'm not sure. I think you're a bit of shy people.
Yeah.
How do you have take it personally as people in your house, in your small, you can say small house, but I don't know in what you live. How do you feel it? If it was great, if it was a bit scary?
Yeah, like you said, I am a very shy person. I'll never, I never say opposite, but yeah, I think the first convention I went to where I was a sort of a guest, I think it was Buck at least.
2012, yeah?
Yeah, 2012. It was very intimidating, sort of. I didn't know what to say. When people come up to me and say, "Oh, I really love your music," it's sort of like it becomes a point where I don't really know what to say. And even still now, because it's sort of like, "Oh, thank you," and that's as far as I can get. It's like I'm not really sure what to say about that, but I do appreciate the fans and things, and I also do think as the convention and attention and things like that, it has brought me out of the shell. Like I was a lot more recluse before, all this. I wouldn't even think about interviews or anything like that. But yeah, I think it's.
All me.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I'm still shy. It's never going to change, but well. Yeah, but I do think I'm coming out of the shell a bit more.
And when you realize it, do you have any sentiment, any fear of maybe what can happen, not at the convention, but at your house when you really on your computer you see, damn, I have I don't know 100 of subscriber and everybody will say.
Yeah, sometimes I do have moments when I go and just sort of like
You didn't let him finish his question?
It's finished.
Okay.
Sure.
I think I understand it at least.
Yeah.
Like basically, when I go through sort of like subscribers and how far my music has got as a whole, like where it's branched out in the internet and how popular it's become, and like the official card game had a reference to one of my songs. It's just sort of like really, really sort of like. How many times am I going to say sort of like?
As many times as you say specifically?
Yes. But it's just, I can't describe the feeling. It's just really
overwhelming.
Yeah. It really feels like I've achieved, and that's what really drives me forward, because I know I can achieve a lot more, but I don't strive to become super popular. I just want to, specifically, I want to make music that I really enjoy myself. Like, I'll never, sell out and make songs.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for him to say that.
But yeah, if I'm not enjoying it, I won't make it. So I'm not there for the fame specific. Yeah.
Otherwise, you would make more pony songs anyway, because people keep asking for them.
Like I made pony music specifically for. I'm doing it again. I need a thesaurus. Like,
I will buy you a dictionary for you.
But yeah, they were all made in that sort of community, and I felt a part of that community. Right now, it's sort of like I don't really have a reason to make horse music. Like, the competition was the drive at the point, and that's sort of like
also avoiding your college work.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, right now the competition's sort of like dispersed and it's not as tight knit, and people aren't as a part of it anymore. So yeah. But I'll make music basically if I really enjoy something and want to make something related to that. I will try my best to make something like the Gravity Falls songs I made, and kind of want to make a Heroes of the Storm song now.
The only one who doesn't play
ETC Zagara and Anubarak. Zagara. I draw Zag for you.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to ask a question as well.
Are you?
I am.
Oh.
No, you don't have the
where's your
What pushed you on the spotlight? Did you get like a tiny article on any specific website, or is it just the contest?
Can I answer that?
What?
Whoa!
The thing that made him famous, you
Yes.
mean?
What?
Avast Fluttershy's ass?
What?
No, I know. Like I was
No,
gonna
I know.
say, but like basically, I don't actually know how it became that popular because I made a vast clutch size ass as a joke, but basically,
Told you.
I was sort of a big fan of YouTube poops at the time, which is basically just taking elements from a show and retuning it to another song, and it's not a lot of effort. It's not impressive or anything.
And stupid.
It was just a joke, and I did that for I asked my friend what horse should I do, and then I did it to one of my I really liked Renard's songs then, so I used one of his songs, and then I tuned the vocals to that, and then I posted it. I can't remember specifically when, but like a week later it was getting like tens of thousands of views, and like before that my channel was just full of
Skater videos.
Yeah, like my skate videos and
Like,
things
yeah,
like that.
sick
And
ollie.
I was like, sick ollie, sick kickflip. And it just sort of getting this huge attention. I was like, where is this even coming from? But that's sort of like, I hate to admit it, but that's where it started. Because I posted the song after that, Rainbow Factory. No, it was Pink as Light after that.
Yeah.
You can't control a YouTube group.
Yeah, but yeah, that just went viral, and then loads of other people started making extended versions and versions with different animations. But that's basically how I started out. It's quite embarrassing, but I'll live with it.
Don't worry, I started out by drawing your horse a million times, really horribly, so it's okay.
Alright. You guys.
Mathieu, encore une question.
Si toi tu as une question en français, je peux la traduire en anglais.
On a Spider Shayedou.
Allez, Fred, je vais te chercher.
Deux petits villes en face.
Well, I wasn't gonna lyrics it, I was just gonna have ETT samples.
Prends note.
I was just gonna have ETT samples.
Est-ce que vous avez des questions particulières?
Moi j'en ai quelques-unes.
Ah, question.
Yes. So you say yes, you make music about Gravity Falls. So you watching other cartoon?
Oh yeah, I watched lots of other cartoons and really love them.
Told him what you were
Yes.
doing in the guest room.
We were watching anime before.
Watching One Punch Man before I came in here, but
It's fun.
yeah, specifically right now, the biggest shows I really love.
Gumball.
Yeah, Amazing World of Gumball. That is a really, really great show. Just the humor in that just fits me perfectly. Gravity Falls, obviously, that's a really fun show.
Star?
Yeah, I guess like Star versus
Forces
of Evil.
Forces of Evil. That's all right. That's pretty cool. Think like
Tons of anime.
I don't actually watch that much anime,
We
to be
used to.
honest. Yeah. But yeah, my tastes in cartoons sort of, disperse and go other directions, but generally I'll always be a fan of cartoons.
You used to be to do skateboard, as I understand.
Yeah.
Then you make music and now you don't have any reason to make music. What do you have replaced this with another hobby or?
Well, I do make music still. Music's still my biggest hobby at the time.
You
right now.
misunderstood, I think. Like, he said he doesn't have any reason to make music about ponies.
Yeah,
Not
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But, yeah.
We're working on a project, to be fair, so there's
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. I said in my panel, but right now I'm sort of started on a project because a big aspiration of mine is to make music for games, or maybe score a film. So what I'm doing right now with Twiggy is she's drawing the art for like a pseudo story, and I'm scoring that, so it's sort of like an imaginary, movie or game or whatever. So it's a sort of concept album, I guess. So and I want to use that as sort of like portfolio as such. So it's going to be lots of orchestral and things like that. Other projects, just basically with electronic stuff. I have a lot of projects and finished things, well, almost finished things that I need to get on, but it's just a slow stream at the moment. But I'll never stop making music. I don't think I ever will. But yeah, also art is a small hobby as well.
Collab with me.
And what is this small hobby at the other side of the music? Do you continue to do skateboard? Do you?
I mean, it's sort of like a very small hobby. Like if my friend says, "Hey, let's go skating," I'll go skating. It's sort of like it's nothing I do professionally or well, but it's just sort of like a fun thing to do with friends.
Music clearly take all your time.
Yeah. Music's definitely the biggest thing that I think that I should really focus on.
But you play games.
But I play games instead.
It's okay. It's okay, we do it. We do it together, we try. Because I'm productive.
And you're a terrible Eddie Carey.
Thanks. It's okay. It's okay, It's okay because you suck as hammer and you disconnected like 15 times during that game, so it's okay.
Alright.
Yeah. Worst hammer. Play hot with me.
So yes, when you say you watch anime, it's a personal question for you. What's your favorite anime?
It's kind of a hard question because it's a hard question in the sense that like I like anime when I'm watching it, and once I finish with it, I sort of just forget about it.
Yeah. We've done that a lot.
Yeah, like I can't remember like any specific anime that I've watched that I would say, oh, I love that anime, I will rewatch it. Like right now I'm watching One Punch Man. That's really fun, really great. But that's as far as I can think right now.
We watched Gintama. We watched, what is it called, Beyond the something.
Oh yeah, that was really fun as well.
Yeah, Beyond
I
the
just
Boundary.
forgot about it.
And it was hilarious. So yeah.
Yeah, like animes I like specifically. I just
Funny
sort of
stuff.
like cartoons. Really
Funny.
visual gags and comedy sort of anime.
So yes, did you watch Gurren Lagann? I don't know if you know this anime.
I think I've heard of it, but I'm not sure I've watched it now.
What did you say? What?
Guillaumedk.
Yes,
It's an anime about boys living under the ground, and they go out on the planet, and then they go into the space because of the energy of the drill. Never heard of it?
I haven't heard of it now.
You should watch it.
Alright.
Yeah.
First time.
Yes.
Where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years?
Oh, what is it? A
In
job
my
interview?
bedroom.
I don't know. I'm asking the question because see, this is press that lack of questions, so I'm trying to.
Exactly. We don't have anyone do that.
I don't know.
In your
I've never been a forward planner. I just sort of like do whatever takes me at the
Go
time.
with the wind.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can I ask you what kind of study have you done? If you have any study in music except the le cours de musique classique.
Classical music.
No. What kind of study have you done? Just take
What kind of what? Sorry.
School.
Study.
School. What did you do?
Oh, right. Yeah. Like I did mandatory school, got my GCSEs, and then went in to do music technology for 2 years. Got a national diploma for that. Actually, I went on further with that and started on a university course for music technology, but I dropped out of that. But yeah, that's basically my education in the field. And I do think I learned a lot from that. As an education and like qualification, I don't think music technology is very valuable at all. Like, it's not helped me get a job, but
that goes for all the artistic things, I believe.
Yeah.
It's more how skilled you are, how talented you are.
It has been very helpful,
in technical.
in my field and things like that. Yeah.
You're gonna drink all of that water, aren't you? Okay.
And does, if I can say, Brony community help you to find people that you still communicate with friends?
Yeah, like
French, you?
Me.
yeah, like Twiggy. I still keep up with Tombstone. He's a really fun guy.
So you make Five Nights at Freddy videos.
Yeah, he makes Five Nights at Freddy's video.
Yeah, we know. We told him to his face he's a sellout.
He's a horrible sellout.
Oh,
But that's besides the point.
Damn, the trash dog!
I'm allowed to say that. I'm his friend.
Yeah, same.
But
Okay,
yeah,
look at the camera and say it.
I did make a lot of friends in the community. Like, met a few friends that live around me.
Around you.
Around me. Yeah, I think a lot of the people that I talk to constantly, are from the
Me.
fandom.
That's it.
And Inkbone.
Okay, that's fair enough. But what we do now is play League. So
Mhm.
that's it. Yeah.
We should play
Admin League. You West, I assume?
No, wait, what did you say?
West, obviously.
West, yes.
West, okay. Everyone's on American servers for no reason.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay, any more questions not regarding League of Legends?
Yeah, you feel
Just
sure.
one, I'm sure I can find information, but just for knowing, you say you're not living in the American. Where do you live? What is your country?
He's English.
It's
England.
England, okay. Oh, it's not so far from here. So. This
Well-
is why you can vote it here, because it doesn't cost
We
too much
wouldn't
in...
come from America.
Okay. Just-
Pas d'autres questions?
Je voulais juste
Ah,
savoir
oui.
par rapport à la famille, si ils sont au courant de ta célébrité.
Ah.
Do your family knows about your popularity and especially how did they react to this?
My parents, like, they do, they do know of my popularity and they're pretty supportive of it. They don't like my music. Well, it's not that they don't like it, that it's just not their thing, and that's fine. Like, they still really appreciate what I do, and they're proud of it. I've made a big name for myself and I'm making money from it. So, they were never against horse music. It's just like at first they were like as parents are, it's like, oh, that's really stupid, but then they have no problems with it. It's just a thing I enjoy, and they can understand that.
And you always have been followed by your parents about the music study, for example? Or do you have been followed by your parents for the music study, or do they think you have to do, I don't know, a technological thing? Or
That wasn't my parents' choice, no, that was all me. Like, my parents never are involved in my choices, it's always my choice, and they support whatever I think I can achieve, so they really appreciate them in that sense.
Okay, that's a good thing. And you don't have anything?
Plus personne n'a de questions, j'en ai une dernière, ok vous
Bah,
Eh oui, as-tu une question?
Okay, so we finish by one?
Assez de temps pour faire deux questions.
By just one.
Une question?
Well, you drank literally the entirety of this, so.
He actually drank half of the bottle.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
If you speak aloud, ask your question.
Just ask you the question already.
So yes, last question, I think. you are here in France. What do you think about French people? Because we have, you know, about.
We've been here for less than 24 hours.
Yeah,
But
I
you have
can't
cute
say I can.
accents.
Yes,
Yeah.
but about the people, about.
Cute accent.
Yeah, I can't really comment too much. Like, yeah, I've met French people. You know, I enjoy the accent.
Yeah,
I
you
wanna
see?
be like,
Cute
but
accent.
it's like they're no different from anyone else, really. You know, people are people. They're all different, unique, and there's no specific stereotype besides the greeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I can't really say I have any comments on that.
Nice food that they gave
Nice
us
food.
earlier.
Yeah, you got the crepe. How was the crepe?
It was really nice.
We have sandwiches. I was sad about the crepe.
We had the four sandwiches.
Well,
Yes.
with the guests.
Four ones.
You know the horse name at all?
Especially mine, no one knows
I
who I am.
have a stupid question just for them. Would you prefer doing this kind of thing here at Nantes? I don't know if you have to put the accents.
No.
Or at Paris, because Paris is a big city. And personally, I live at Paris, so I would prefer to have the BronyDays at Paris. But what do you think of
He
it?
doesn't like big places, as far as I'm aware.
Well, I don't know. Like, you know, I haven't really seen Nantes as
Yeah.
you know, I haven't explored or anything. So what I've seen is the airport, the hotel, and here. So I haven't
Same
really.
place.
Hmm?
It's maybe more than Paris because your airport and the hotel is in the same room.
All right.
Not in the place.
But yeah, you know, I've been to Paris before. I went with
Yes.
my parents to Disneyland. It was a great experience because, like, we actually got there slightly late. Our plane was delayed. We got to the hotel, and they said, "Oh, we've given your hotel room away," you know, because we were late. And then they were like, "Oh, we'll offer you the first class suite." And
Nice.
you know, Disneyland Paris is a really big place. So when we got into the first class suite, it was, what is this place? It was like this massive room. There was a grand piano in the middle, huge balconies, you know, giant beds, and it was just like, this place is amazing. I never want to leave. You know, there was TV in the bathroom. It's like
I will miss my pen more often.
yeah. But yeah, Paris is really nice. But yeah, I can't really comment since I haven't really explored here yet.
We saw a nice church.
The church is
yeah, the
super
church
nice.
yesterday? Yes. Yeah.
Pretty.
If you want to visit church, we can take you there.
Yeah, we're probably gonna walk around a bit eventually. I mean, we still have Monday, so kind of.
Il n'y a plus aucune question?
No.
Plus aucune question, c'est triste.
Bah, t'as dit qu'on était dans les temps, donc.
Oui, there is no more questions.
Oh no. It's okay. I think Glaze is fine on that.
We are going to end up with a very special question. I keep this one always. You guys remember the special question? Glaze?
Oh yes.
You have to describe the whole Brony adventure you had in a single word.
I know we have it's 5 hours for finding it.
No,
5 hours for finding the world.
no, I said like normally I say okay, you have 10 seconds to see the first one that describe the most your pony adventure through the fandom.
Nice. 10 seconds.
Long.
Long. Okay.
Well,
a good
that's actually a good answer.
Yes.
There's no bad answer.
Long.
Alright. Well, thank you guys for the time.
Yeah,
Right, no
especially
problem.
me, the sidekick.
Don't
It's
worry.
okay.
Your time will
No. It's literally I walk anywhere and there's people just pining over him, and I'm just like,
Yup.
I have PTSD from that. It's okay.
You're okay. I only have eyes for you.
It's okay because you knew me and didn't know him. And that makes me happy. It's